dear my people, you know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another from season 3. We'll say season 3 because that's what we're doing predictions for video. And in this video, we're gonna go through. What these goddamn creatures are. We're gonna try to figure this out right now. What are all these creatures? What is going on with them and everything else? We're gonna use the clues that have been given to us so far in these 2 seasons, and we are going to try to figure it out. Let's say what up to some of the people here in the chat rocking with us right now. Just Genus is in the building, but you're toast. You're toast. Sorry for are you ready? You ready? I'm ready. Fred Grace is up in here. Hannah, my girl, is up in the building. RC is up in here. Sweet Tooth is in there. She does the most is up in here. Baby girl is up in here. Ty is in the building rocking with us right now. Luna is up in here rocking with us. You know what I mean? KP is the reason why I'm up here right now, because KP hit me up and told me he had to stream. So once a week streams ain't working. So we gonna get at least 2, maybe more a week. We back in here. Listen, I'm telling you what it is that I'm very busy right now. Obviously, I'm writing a book and everything else. My novel, I'm trying to get that all done and all that and everything else. But we here, and I'm going to make more time for my YouTube fan. Again, when the next show comes out, which will be at the end of the month, we'll start rocking that too. But I'll definitely be in here a little bit more for y'all. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? What up? Q Shirt is up in the building right now. Sydney is up in here right now. All right. We are all in here rocking with us right now. And again, we're talking about, my baby girl who's up here in the back right here behind me. These creatures right here. What are they exactly? What's going on? What can we learn right now from all of these things that they have given us so far? What can we take from that to try to figure out exactly what these people are? You know what I mean? What can we do to figure that out? Again, the phone lines will be open in 1 second and all that. But since this is from, we gonna set this off before we go, the way it's supposed to be. So let me. I should have already had this stuff set up, but I do not. So let's set this up as best as we can. Let's come back to here. You know what I mean? And let me go back here real quick. Let's hit this like this. All right. There we go. All right. You know what I mean? So people are asking me right now, what type of book is it? It's a psychological thriller. And you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna drop a few chapters soon enough. You know what I mean? For y'all cats, I'll drop a few chapters out there on the channel. Maybe I'll do it for like my members or something like that. Members only. I'll have somebody read a couple of chapters and put that out there for y'all and everything else, for my numbers and everything else and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? We're gonna go through everything. Why are their true faces only revealed when they're sleeping? He wants to know. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about everything there is to go on with these monsters and every clue that they have given us to prove exactly what they are right now. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go through all that. But as I said, as always on Teflon TV, when we're talking about we are going to set it off the way we set off. Let's do this.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
And that is from our homegirl, the one, the only Carla Way, who rocks that for us. Our homegirl, Carla Way, a beautiful, from the land down under, Carla Way. And let me tell you something about Carla Way. Not only is she a beautiful woman, not only is she a beautiful singer, but what she is above all else, above all that stuff you may see, all this, the beauty and everything else, above all else, she is a wonderful mother, and she loves her children so much. She posts all these beautiful pictures of them, and I'm just happy to look at her family because they all are so happy, and I'm so happy for it. I guarantee if you asked her what you would want to be known as, she would tell you, I would want to be known as a mother first before anything else. And 100%, she's just a great mother, great one. And thank you for allowing me to use that for the intro. And we're gonna use that every time we do a goddamn video from now on. That's our new intro right there. All right. And anyone else bite it, you're gonna have to come see me, man. For real. All right, let's go through this. As I said, let's get this show on the road right now. All right, we're talking about the monsters, exactly what these monsters are and what they could be. The phone lines are open. You see the number down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this page to make sure that the phone lines are open. So the phone lines are open. You could definitely call in and tell me. It's right on the bottom of the crawl right there. You can call in and let me know what you think these monsters are. Now, I've seen somebody in the chat already running their mouth. So Tony Devlin that they was aliens in season 1 and now they're monsters. Listen, man. The thing about the Don Tony Teflon is this. If I am wrong, I'll be the first one to come up here and tell you that I'm wrong. But I'm not. So let's just get it on, and we're gonna figure this thing out right now. All right, let's go through it. Now, when we first are introduced to these monsters in season 1, they are supposedly monsters. They come out at nighttime, only nighttime, right? Is when we see them come out. And they are bulletproof, from what we know. No bullets can hurt them, right? That's what we found out in season 1. They also appeared to be eating people, and it seemed like they were on some type of zombie situation. That's what they wanted us to truly believe in season 1. Like we were dealing with some type of zombies, right? But as the season progressed, we seen that they weren't just zombies, they were a little bit more than zombies, right? What up to my girl Anna from the Red Lipstick Club podcast? I see you, girl. Very nice to see you in the chat as always. And we see when we get down to when the monsters actually invade Colony House, we see what? We see porn stash up in this motherfucker. In the whole place, it can't get no ass. Kind of like Kenny, right? Kenny with a mustache, we can call him. Porn stash. Can't get no ass. So what does he do? Smoking marijuana. I didn't see him smoke, but we're going to assume he smoked it because what else are you going to do? All right? Smoking marijuana. He looks out of the window, and who does he see? He sees the Jasmine monster, played by the beautiful Molly Dunsworth. Now listen, if Molly Dunsworth came to this window right now beside me and was waving at me, what I opened the window for, I might consider it. I'm not going to lie. I might consider it. Well, you know what I mean? Because this guy's looking out the window. He's smoking a lot of weed. And he's like, damn, that monster's hot right there. She's hot as hell. Damn, I'd like to get me some of that monster pussy. Right? That's what he's thinking. You know what I know. We know it. So what did he do? You see, he goes out there and he starts leaving out flowers. Right? He's going out there, he's grabbing flowers and leaving flowers where he knows that she's going to come and pick them up. And this is the first clue that we truly get that these monsters aren't just zombies. Because we don't see The Walking Dead. You've seen that show, The Walking Dead. I've seen it. I've seen Michael Jackson Thriller when I was a child. And these monsters were, they had a little Tourette's shit and Michael Jackson shit. They started dancing and shit, right? You see, they had the little Tourette's going on in there. You know what I'm talking about. You seen it, right? But they weren't picking up no goddamn flowers, man. They were not picking up no goddamn flowers. All right, let's take this super chat right here. John Henderson says, thank you so much. Poor Stas is a sad dude. He was leaving the Jessica Monsters flowers for day. Definitely was. This was not just a quick flower delivery. He was doing this shit for a long time. Now, we see the Michael Jackson Monsters doing a little dancey dance. You didn't see him picking up no goddamn flowers, right? We didn't see that shit in The Walking Dead. We didn't see the zombie eating motherfuckers, but they wasn't grabbing flowers. So when we see this goddamn flowers, right? We seen the flowers get left out there, and the fact that she was picking them up every time, we realized at this particular time, we truly realized that they were not zombies. There was something else going on with these motherfuckers, right? Something else is there. Pale ass skin. There's something else going on. And that's right. I know the whole Michael Jackson Thriller day. I can do the whole shit right now. The whole shit. I can do it all. The whole shit. I can do the whole Thriller dance right now. Shoo, 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 shoo. I can do it. Whoop, whoop. I can do the whole shit right now from memory. If I wanted to. But I'm not. All right. You know what I'm not going to do it. So what I'm saying is this. We realize that there's something else going on about these movies. But we also, we should have got the hints a little bit before this. All right? Because when we hear Donna talking about her sister and the way the sister was killed. Donna said specifically that they ripped her skin off her face right in front of us. They were teasing her, right? They were teasing her right now. You know what I mean? That's what we've seen. They're getting teased by doing that. They weren't strip tease. They weren't strip tease. They weren't playing with no titties. They didn't flash her and shake them up and down like it's a wet t-shirt contest. They didn't do that shit. They're stripping the skin off her face, goddammit. And we should have took it from there. Now, I know a lot of people heard that and they said, well, these don't sound like the monsters' MO. Don't sound like this is what the monsters do. They don't be doing this shit. But it is. We learned that out in season 2. But we're going to take it right. That was our first hit of what's going on right now. What up to my girl, Megan Smith? How you doing? Right. So when we did this, Hornstats then what? He comes to the window. We see the Jasmine monster, Molly Dunsworth. She's up there. And she's got the flowers in tow. A little dress on and shit. Hey, flowers in hand. I just want to come inside. But I have to say goodbye to you. And she turned it back and Porn said, like, no, why wait? Where you going? Girl, why are you leaving me like this? I can't take this anymore. That I'll never get to touch you. It's not my fault that I was made, that I am the way I am. And that is kind of a little bit of a clue of what we had. It's not my fault that I was made the way I was. That's the line that they gave her to say. Pornstats then says, all right, is it just going to be you? Is it just going to be, are you going to be? I'm just going to let you in, no one else. And she's like, yes, just me. And she gets inside the house. And this guy doesn't waste any time. Like let me explain something to you, man, about life. You know what I mean? Let me explain this shit to you. If you give a girl flowers, and I've given girls flowers. You know what I mean? Right? I'm giving girls flowers. You give them flowers. When they see you stick your tongue down their throat, He ain't never kissed this girl before. He didn't know she was that fast of a woman. How did he know she was so fast? What was she doing outside that window that made him believe that he could just stick his tongue right down her goddamn throat? What was Jasmine doing? Was she pulling that skirt up there? Was she clapping them butt cheeks outside that window? We don't know. But I just know when you give someone goddamn flowers, this shit don't happen like that. It don't happen that fast, man. Shit, you just can't do that. But she get the flowers, she come through the window with shit. She come through the window like fucking brother man and shit. From the fourth floor. Came right through that window like brother man, right? She gets up in there and he just grabs her right by her face and he just starts putting it on her. The other man can't kiss. We seen it. He's whack. We seen it. It's like the first time he ever kissed anybody. Sloppy and shit. She ain't even impressed. You can look at her face. She just looking up in the air. This motherfucker might as well start licking the side of her face and shit. And he ain't do nothing. And then we see some, oh, I'm sorry, fifth floor. From the fifth floor, goddamn. And then after all this shit, you see how shit should bite the tongue. And this dude fool stumbles backwards, but we did see the claws grow a little bit longer when she did the scratch. All right. And that's the first time at that time that we seen the claw grow, the Wolverine shit. We didn't see that shit there. That's the first time we seen the Wolverine shit, the claw come through, which we see later is what killed Father Katra. Right? So we see the claw go out there, and then she bites the tongue out. And then she attacks him. He stumbles back and she attacks him. After that, we see them all come inside of the goddamn. They're all in there. She lets them all in. And they kill the only hot chick that was in that goddamn whole colony house. The only one. Killed her. Took her out. And they say something else, too. They say something. They say that we know all of y'all names. She goes, how do you know my name? They say specifically, we know all of your names. Everybody name. We know all of them. We also seen before this happened, when the Matthews first got there, we seen the monster go, and the monster tell Julie, you don't remember me? Julie, you don't remember me, Julie? Right? And she stopped and paused. Right? We see this shit. These are hints. I'm trying to give it to you so you understand. Like X, give it to you. You know what I mean? Like that. You know what I mean? That's the way I'm trying to give it to you. So these are things that we have to take a look at. They know all of their names. Why would they know all the names? And how they know all their names? We ain't never seen no zombie know nobody's name. Ever. Not once. In any genre to be seen with a zombie, the zombie ever say anything to anybody? Michonne. You ain't never seen a zombie say that shit. Carl! They never say Carl. Get in the house, Carl. They never say that shit, goddamn. Not one goddamn time. So from this, we know. We know for sure that these aren't just zombies. They're not zombies. There's something else going on here. All right, that's what we get from almost about season one, and we're introduced to these motherfuckers. Now listen, people. I'm not gonna tolerate your stuff. Sophie in the city is tone drunk. I am not drunk. This is my first drink. I only had 2 sips of it. I'm not drunk at all. Why would y'all even think I'm drunk? Do I sound drunk? I'm just explaining shit to you. You're mad at me gonna explain shit to you. I'm gonna explain shit to you. So what we learned is that the monsters took off the skin and the face of Donna's sister, playing around with her. What we've seen after that is the monsters know all of these creatures' names. And they are smart enough to set motherfuckers up to get them the hell out of here. That's just the way it is, right? That's what we know so far from these monsters. right? Then that brings us over to season 2, or even season 1. Let's continue. We're not done yet. We got Tabitha. We got Victor. Tabitha. Sexy ass Tabitha. Mommy's in there digging. And then all of a sudden it just go down and the whole shit drop. The whole motherfucking floor. This chick falls 2 stories. She don't twist her ankle. She don't stub a pinky toe. She's like a prostitute in high heels the way she's able to take off with those ankles. And if y'all never seen, I'm from Queens, New York City. I've seen prostitutes run in these high heels, and that is a feat. Let me tell you something. That shit ain't easy. And I've seen them back in the day running strong ass ankles when you could run in some high heels. And Tabitha must have ankles that damn strong to survive that type of drop. Ain't no other way. How you survive that shit? She just got shook that shit off. Like, well, I'm good. What happened? I would have busted my kneecap, my shit. I would have been on the floor laying around, foot twisted and shit. I stubbed my pinky toe twice a day, goddamn it. And it hurts. Like it hurts. So she goes down there, falls all the way down, gets down there. So dusty and shit down there. You see the dust in the camera and shit. Dusty. Who's down there? Goddamn Victor. With a goddamn flashlight. Said that the boy in white told him that Tabitha was going to be there. Was going to be there. Thank you for the super chat, Archie. Archie, thank you. He said, keep up the good work because you are more excited. I'm just trying to explain the story, Archie. I truly appreciate the super chat, man. I truly appreciate it. You know what I mean? So, she down there, Victor like, boy in white told me, you're going to be up in this piece. You're going to be up in here. And they like to, this is where they sleep. And they like to draw pictures. So now we see the boy. We're going to have to come back. We got some other stuff we got to come back to. We're going to do this real quick before we get through season 1. They like to draw too, he says. So Victor claims that all the pictures that we see on that wall were drawn by these monsters. Now, how do they see? Can they see in the dark? Because I seen that red drawing of that red monster. I can pull it up right now for you. I will in a second. There was no red outside the black. The red was inside the black line. There was nothing outside. No oopsie. I just painted my goddamn bedroom. I had to get a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser because I was fucking up the sides. The paint, I had the paint strips and shit. I had the frog tape, and still I got some shit on the outside of it. And I had the Mr. Clean and Magic Eraser, that motherfucker. How are these monsters doing that in the goddamn dark? How is there no red outside that line? That shit is perfect. How they do that in the dark? Because they're supposedly they're sleeping in the daytime, right? So they have to do that shit when they come back. Pitch black. Victor had to have a flashlight. Dusty as a motherfucker. And what are they using to draw those damn pictures? What are they using? The hell, they got crayons too? They write on rocks? What is that shit? Something's going on here. There's something going on here. You see, I'm trying to explain something to you. They say, Tony Templar, you're giving it to me a different way I am. But I'm doing it is I'm trying to explain something to you. That there's something wrong here. Something's wrong. When you hear all these things, and you see the way they act, and you show them what they're doing, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It don't add up. How can they do that? There's no way they could do that. But Victor says they did. How did Victor know? Victor said the boy in white told him. Right? Does it make sense now? What I'm trying to give you. All these things, you see the picture, the coffins and everything else, and the symbols and all this stuff. down there. But how is that monsters possible for them to do it? Let's go back a little bit. And go back. How far back? Way back, motherfucker. Way back. We're gonna go back a little bit here. And we're gonna talk about the box. Now, the box is a very interesting scene, right? We know what the box is. I think I ain't putting no one in the box, but we could show you. We could show you the box. Where is the box? God damn it! What happened to the box? Looks like it's gone. Uh-oh. The box. Now, what's interesting about the box scene that we see here is that this is the first time that not the first time, when the little girl gets taken, we see a little glimpse of it. But this is when we see a good time, right? A good shot of these bald-headed bastards. And these creatures in their true form, right? Not looking like the friendly neighborhood people that they look like, but the bald-headed bastards that they are. And these creatures have the ability to rip through the walls of that box pretty easy. Break right through it like it was nothing. They came through that motherfucker. Right? And what's weird about it is that they know that was going to that would happen. Right? What did you say here, King? What did you say? You need to go in the box for getting that fight absolutely wrong. F you, man. How about that? I'm saying, how did they know that these creatures would be able to break through the walls in the box? What did they have the door locked? Is that the thing? They lock the door so you can't run out of the box? But they know that when you're in that box, you ain't gonna survive the night. So how did they know that these creatures can break through the walls? They have that strength to go through. Have they seen this before? Because we have never seen that. They never showed us any type of superhuman strength of these creatures. They could just break through the walls like that. Right? And they broke through. Came right through. You seen it. Just showed it to you. Right? That ain't easy to do. It ain't easy to do. And they were making some type of noise where the dude was just like something messing with his ears, or he just couldn't take it before they did it. Then we go from that to Father Khatri. And Father Khatri was there. He was about to make it back. And this creature lunged at him from a distance and cut this man's throat. And then he's like, the whole time. And the actor did a great job doing it. He did. He really did. I give props to this dude for doing it. You know, that's he did a good job doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie about it. He dies. So we see the extension of the Wolverine claws coming out. So is every one of these creatures equipped with Wolverine type claws? Do they all have that ability? The superhuman power to break through walls? Angelique Gray says she confused. What are you confused about, Angelique? Please tell me. Maybe I can help you out. All right, maybe we can help you out here. I went up to the beautiful Carla Way in the building rocking. We just played her song. So we played a song on here a little bit. We always start every episode with the Call Away song. We start every episode. And I was telling everybody, Call Away, telling people about you a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't be divulging information about you, but I told y'all to go and sign up to a channel. Make sure you sign up to a channel. It's Call Away on YouTube. All right. Support our people, man. And one of the mods will put the link to her channel up in here and everything out. Put it up in here, and then so everyone can go subscribe to her channel. All right. And call in, as Jackie C says, 851. You don't want to say I'm smoked out with her? Call your ass in. 515-581. 518. I'm over here saying the number wrong myself. It's 518. 518, not 581. Call in right now. All right. We'd love to hear from you and everything else. You know what I mean? And come on here and say what you got to say. 518-290-0848. And as I said about Carla Wade, not only is she beautiful, and not only is she talented, but she is a damn good mother. She's a great mom. And she has beautiful children and a beautiful little dog. And that dog is such a ham. That dog is just he knows when the pictures are being taken. That damn dog. All right. Anyway, besides that, subscribe to a channel and everything else. We do all that good stuff. And exactly, call in. It's not $4.99 a minute, John Haymaker. Call him for free and speak to the Don Tony Temple. All right, so that is what we're giving about these monsters in season 1. Season 2, we see an upgrade. We see the monsters now. They look like this chick right here. Now, people may say, "Oh, what happened? This chick, she got varicose veins in the legs and shit." All right, we see him right now. Like, you can't get rid of those spider veins. You know what I mean? You cannot get rid of those spider veins in them legs. Ain't no lasers helping her. None. But funny thing, what we see about it is we get the autopsy. But we'll get to the autopsy in 1 second. Right? See it here, and they clothes dirty as hell. When we see them in there escaping Victor, and that's how we know it's the same creatures and not an upgraded. It's just an upgraded version. They must have got more money for season 2. You know what I mean? But it's just an upgraded version of these creatures because the same scene they're continuing, right? Same scene. And we see him up in this motherfucker, right? We see him in here laid out, clothes dirty as hell. Dirty ass clothes. Dirt dog. Right? Dirty as hell. Stains and shit. Can't shout that shit out. But when we see him outside, this shit is pristine. They ain't got a wrinkle in their clothing when they outside. Not a goddamn wrinkle. These motherfuckers sleeping on the ground. Rocks and shit up their asses. How they shit ain't got no wrinkles in it? They ain't got no iron. I don't see no goddamn iron down there. We seen a lot of other shit, but there wasn't no goddamn iron. Now I say this to let you know of what's going on in this motherfucker. Right? Ain't no iron, wrinkle ass, dirty ass clothes. You know they stink. You know they do. Right? And if that shit is going on, right? This is going on. They come outside in the moonlight. That shit is white as hell. Not a wrinkle. Shit smelling like they Febreze and shit. Do they got Febreze down there? The downy shit. You shake that bottle and spray it. Do they got that? It smells good. Right? Also brings us back to the goddamn Jasmine monster when she got some blood on her shit. She got a little blood. She quickly was trying to wipe that off her collar. Correct, right? She didn't want the blood on her. We're used to that shit. Then we deal with the creatures themselves and what they're doing to people. When we see them, every time the lungs are ripped open, the internal organs are gone. Yet we have never seen one of these creatures eat nothing. You ain't never seen them take a bite and eat and chew and swallow shit. We've seen them kill people, but they've never chewed nothing yet. Not one thing. Right? Something fishy going on here. Something goddamn fishy. Now, when we go on to the story, now, let me say, someone's saying something. Let me see if I can go back. It's about, as baby girl says, the monster behind Tony looks like she does her hair on the day. She got that shit pressed. That shit is pressed, pristine. That shit is it's parted down the middle. Something wrong. As I said, we go down to these monsters in season 2, and we talk a little bit about them. We see that in season 2. What we learn about these monsters in season 2? We learn that they take the chick and they pinned her ass against the tree with a goddamn rod in her head. Not only did they do that, think about what happened in this scene. And that's why I'm trying to let you know, motherfucker. Think about it. Y'all watching it, but you ain't watching it. So I'm going to take it down. These monsters supposedly took a rod, stuck it in this chick's head in the direct spot where she wouldn't die. Into the tree. Are these motherfuckers surgeons? There wasn't a doctor monster who did that shit. I didn't see no surgeon monster out there. A motherfucker with a stethoscope. I didn't see that shit. But yet they were able to take a rod, stick it in this motherfucking chick's head, which they knew she would still be alive. And if they removed the rod, she would die. They knew it. And then the telephone comes a ringing. At the same time, Kenny and Ellis are walking there to attract them, the alarm to it. If those monsters did that, did they set the phone off too? Do they have the ability, these monsters, to set the phone off? Did they do that shit? If the answer is no, then that means something else is doing it. There's something else going on here. Something else. That precision they would have had to have for that to go on is mind blowing. You couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm not a monster and I couldn't do that shit. If I put that through your skull, you're dead at that time. You're not just gonna be sitting on a tree like, hello, can you call my mother? It's bad, isn't it? No, bitch, it ain't bad. No. Why would you think it was bad? What made you think that? What made you think it? You're pinned up against the wall, a tree, you can't move. It's bad, isn't it? No, not at all. It's fine. You're going to be fine. This is we see Gangster Kenny was like, put a bullet in her. Put a bullet in her. And then every person, and we had the actress who played Kenny's girl that he wants, that she ain't trying to give him no ass. We had her on here, and she said specifically that she would have put the bullet right in the brain. We took in polls out here. Everyone said that Kenny was right. That's the shooter. Instead of Boyd pulling this right out of the head. They had to know that that was going to happen. And why would they do that? This is the same thing that we've seen them do with Donna. All right? With Donna. So this is what we learned. These monsters are not zombies. We have actual proof. We have facts. There's something else going on. So let's get to this autopsy real quick. When I'm done with my talks and all this stuff, then we will go to the phone line. All right. In fact, let's see. Let's see if we can do the phone line real quick. I have to look because KP is saying that he left the message. Now listen, KP, I'm gonna tell you, man. You better be some goddamn volume on this shit, man. That's what I'm saying. There gotta be some volume on this shit, man. All right. I want to do this, and all of a sudden I'm hearing the static. Let's go. First one, KP in the building.
Tony, what's going on? That mistake. Anyways, I'm glad to see that you're out here on a Monday night to provide us with entertainment. Are we entertained? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. These monsters, I personally believe these monsters are one of two things. Either they are people that came to the village, came to Fromville a long time ago, and they died there, and whatever technology that's running it either reanimates the bodies, or it creates a clone of the bodies, or even it could even be that they're creating they're using the people that were there that were dead, that died, and those are the people that became the monsters. How they became the monsters, I'm not sure. So either that, or the monsters are the are stand-ins for people in society, milkmen, nurses, whatever. And there's no real origination of that. There's no big idea behind them. It's just they needed to choose 100. You need to make 100 monsters to do this thing, and they need 100 monsters. But I think the first one is what it is. I think it's people that came to Fromville and never got out, died there, and that were reanimated, and are now being possessed by the entity that controls those from, whether that entity be a computer program or an alien. It's not a fucking alien, too. It's talking nonsense. But anyways, how do you think about that?
Thank you for the call. I think you could be on to something when dealing with that. I do believe that it's something else going on there. What I adapt. When we look and see the facts that I have laid out for you, you see that there's something else controlling it. It can't be what they're showing us. It's impossible for those monsters to have drawn up those pictures in the dark without coloring out the lines. They didn't draw those pictures. Something else drew those pictures. Impossible for those monsters to have the precision to put that rod in that woman's head like that. Impossible for these monsters to control the phone and know that they were coming. How the monsters know they were there? They're underground sleeping, right? But knew they were going to walk right there, and when they did walk there, to ring that alarm to make them walk towards her, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's not. It can't be what they're showing us. It has to be something else. And this is why I'm going to show you something real quick. And I talked about it a little bit before. I want to show you this real quick right here. So this is it. Look at this right here. Harold and his purple crayon. Let me tell you what this go. If you want to take a look at this book, go look at this book. It says the protagonist Harold is a curious 4-year-old boy who, with his purple crayon, has the power to create a world of his own simply by drawing it. Harold wants to go for a walk in the moonlight, but there's no moon, so he draws one. He has nowhere to walk, so he draws a path. He has many adventures looking for this. And I do believe that we can take some things from Harold and his purple crayon, since we're dealing with crayons, and apply it to the show that we're actually seeing right now. That's what I believe. Why am I so goddamn close up? There we go. Why am I so close up? You know what I mean? His Victor, the boy in white, it's one and the same people. They're the same people. When we hear this girl say that her brother had nightmares of these cicadas, and then all of a sudden the cicadas come out. Let's talk about that real quick. So when we deal with this situation, we finally kill one of these creatures, right? Boy does. The nightmare creature finally kills one. And we does kill one. They open the body up. They do the autopsy. Human body inside. Human body. But the bones and everything on the inside is petrified. That is what the actress said when she came on the channel. They were petrified, mummified. No blood flowing through that body whatsoever. But yet we can see the varicose veins behind me, right? But this got no blood. So it shouldn't be possible. Shouldn't be possible. But that's what we see, right? So there's something going on here. They have the ability somehow, and I'm going to use the word glamour, to change their appearance to look prestige. How are they able to do that? They only go on a couple of feet. What is it? Is it the moonlight? Is it when they go outside in the moonlight? Now listen, let me explain something to you one time. The down Tony Teflon, I went out to a bar. And I want y'all to get mad at me when I say this. I'm just saying it's the truth. All right? Goddamn truth. All right? I went to a bar in Saratoga back in the day. And there was one chick up in there. Ass like pow. Titties like bang. Everybody was sweating this chick. I told my man, Chris Quack in Bush. He used to call him Quack Nasty. Right? I told him, I said, I'm going to bag this man. You ain't going to bag that chick. Ain't no way you can bag that chick. I'm going to bag this chick, man. You doubting me. So I go out there. Get my little drinky on. I get on that dance floor. And if you never seen the Tony Teflon there, you in for something here. You're talking about somebody. Usher level dancer. Here, you deal with me. You know what I'm saying? I get out there, I start dancing, bragging on this chick. This chick on me. We dancing. Everyone jealous. Couldn't believe it. I'm doing everything. Squeezing a little ass here. Running around. I'm doing it all. Going to the bar, having drinks. Yeah. Jokes and shit. Good time. Great time. 3 o'clock in the morning rolls around. I'm like, shorty, you want to go get something to eat? Oh, yeah, of course. We go outside. We come outside. And there was this place that you had to walk down the steps. Come outside. We got outside, that light hit her. The words don't come out of my mouth of what she looked like from outside of those club room. Ass was still fat. So was the titty. But the jawline was hulking. hulking. You know, like a big jaw she had, like a jaw was like she could chew some bricks and shit. You know, it was something wrong. And I'm telling you, it was the goddamn muted lights, the red lights downstairs in the club that made her look so good. But when the real light hit her ass, it was like a werewolf came out of her ass. And it could be a situation like this. Now, I ain't saying, I don't know what type of lights they got going on out there. But I'm saying maybe in a situation when the moonlight hit these motherfuckers, something going on. Because their clothes is clean. They shit is right. And when they get down in the darkness, they knees is ashy and shit. Look at his legs. Look at his legs behind me. Right here. Look how skin is ashy as shit. I can spell my whole name out on it. She's white. She's white, and I can spell my name on her ashy ass. White as hell. You ain't supposed to be able to do that shit. God damn it. So what is it? Why is it the reason why when they're outside, all of a sudden they shit look right, but when they sleeping, their shit look like shit? Something's going on. Something's going on. And when I'm telling you something's going on here, when I look at everything that we have put out there, when we look at all the clues that we have put out there, there's only a couple of ways to look at this. We've seen Martin. Martin was infected with what? Alien parasites. It's not the word I use, the word they use. Alien parasites is what he was infected with. The alien parasites gave Martin long life. As long as those parasites were inside of his body, Martin could not die. All right? He couldn't die. Now, we have to say that these blood worms, or whatever we want to call them, were then transferred to Boyd. All right? But they were affecting Boyd, they were hurting Boyd while they were inside there. But when these parasites went inside of these monsters, all of a sudden they work. Let me answer this. What's going on, man? I'm good. How are you? No, you have to hold up 1 second because they can't hear you. I'm gonna have to set this up so they can hear you real quick. All right. All right. 1 second. All right. They can hear you now. What's going on, man?
Peace and love. Happy Monday. How you doing?
You know, it's Monday, man. You know, I'm doing as good as I can do for a Monday, guy. Damn it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm
We
good.
getting it in.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. How's everything? How's everything with you?
Hey man, I'm blessed. I got the whole week off. I've been teaching all summer and getting ready for a couple last summer camps and then the actual school year.
That's what's up, my brother. I appreciate you calling in. What would you like to talk about here?
Well, we're talking about the creatures, yeah. So I figured, process of elimination. Let's do a conversation like maybe they should be having or did have in the town in Fromville. So what aren't they? So they not dead, right? They're not zombies,
They're not that. They're not
right?
zombies. They're not that.
Right.
Well, wait. Wait. So let's stop real quick.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
What are we considering dead and what are we considering alive? You know what I mean? I'm just saying that.
Let me say it. They're not corpses.
Yes. All right. They're not corpses.
They're not like deteriorating in front of people and stuff. Something's holding them together.
It does not seem that they are at this particular time. They look dead, but they don't have any blood or any fluid running through their body except for that bile that we see.
True.
Right?
True.
We don't know if they
actually,
breathe. We don't know if they breathe or not. We have no idea if they breathe. We have to assume they don't because their lungs were petrified, so they don't breathe. Is what I'm thinking here.
Yeah. And so I guess I was about to break it down, but I guess regardless, my overarching theory is that they are aliens. but they used to be human. At some point, that was a human body that got transformed into an alien. And I think it's like I'm still on the I'm that they're making their own thing up. It's based on multiple stuff. That's why everyone is kind of clicking on different things. But I think the overall thing is that we got these are like the first level aliens. So like some type of drone, some type of human transformed into like some type of drone scout. It can scout stuff out, but it can also attack whatever. If they lose it, they ain't losing nothing. It's just cannon fodder basically.
Mhm.
Um, and then they're kind of scaling up in the show. Like they don't know how much time they got, so they kind of wanted to already introduce us to the next level, which is the entity. Whatever was in the music box.
Mhm.
But I still think they're all connected, and they're all connected through that entity. And I think they're always dirty. I think that the entity can read people's minds and influence them mentally. So when you're seeing them at nighttime, that's the entity's high point of power. Not so much because of the moon, or well, maybe because of the moon, but something in the night gets it more charged and is able to really host the drones out. Like they don't burn up in sunlight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But fire can kill them. So it got to be something to where maybe it's microscopic, microbots, or some type of bacteria that's intelligent that can be controlled by this alien.
Mhm.
Like a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft stories, when you have like Cthulhu influencing like a town
Mhm.
and possessing stuff and taking it over, usually what happens is people start going crazy. They start having sacrifices, and the sacrifices turn into mutants. So it's like you sacrifice one human, then another, like the girl, you send her into the ocean or something, and then she gets pregnant, and then whatever the baby is this new type of life form that's automatically serving whatever ancient alien monster is hiding underneath the water or whatever in
Mhm.
the other dimension. And so that's what I'm feeling like is going on here, is where you got a very high form alien, right? Like you said, that's trapped
Yeah.
here. It landed here. It is not so much that it wants to escape, but more it wants to grow its power, right? So why would it go to another planet where everything's dead? It might as well stay here with billions of life forms,
Mhm.
not just humans, but other life forms. Um, and so I think it's just biding its time. It's trying to break itself out. It's trying to get as much power as it can, but it's also facing another type of alien that either followed it or was already here. And they're locked in some type of battle between each other. They're using everything like pawns because I don't know if they were trying to introduce it with Kenny's dad, but I kind of felt like the whole chess analogy is still happening.
Mhm.
You got the black, you got the white pieces, the black pieces, the white pieces are being controlled by the boy in white, the black pieces are being controlled by the musical box entity, and the pieces on the board are the different characters that we're seeing. And so the entity is controlling the nightmare creatures, but also maybe some other creatures as well. Like
Mhm.
the hallucinations, whatever was in the tower, um, Martin, whatever he was, how he kind of flipped and he was like, "Please help me, please kill me," and then all of a sudden he infected boy.
Yep.
I think all of that is connected to like moves being made that we can't see. We're just freaking out. We're scared. These things are crazy. I want to get out of here, etc. And it's feeding off of that energy, that panic, that hyper sensitive energy that these people have. And you said it before in other videos, other chats, that people are purposely being placed in the town
Mhm.
for particular sets of skills that can push the game along. Because they seem to have been at a stalemate for a while. And then when the show started and Matthews got there, they wiped the board, something shook, and he went from not having an incident for like 2 months to like multiple people dying every other day. So, something, obviously it shifted for the show for us to enjoy it, but I feel like it's playing on that type of vibe that it's been a stalemate multiple times. This is a multiple rounds of this game, of this battle, of this conflict, and we're just seeing these people just kind of caught up, kind of on both sides unwillingly sometimes,
Mhm.
but for the most part they're just kind of getting grinded down, and we're just seeing different levels of creatures, different levels of entities, but they're all tied together, they're all related. They're one is creating the other one is creating that one,
Right.
and then the
You
fear
saying
from
a lot.
that.
You
Yeah,
saying a lot here. I let you say a lot because I let
I
you
got you.
call. But it's hard to unpack everything that you said because there's a lot going on. And then when you
Yeah, yeah,
start
for
going
sure,
to
for sure.
different people and different things, and the chat ain't gonna be able to keep up with all that stuff because it's too much. I agree with certain things that you're saying with the aliens. Of course, everyone knows I'm on that. I don't know what we can see about these creatures and what we do know about these creatures, and we can only take it from the human inside of the body is a human. We know that. One point,
Hmm.
these people were human, or that they used human hosts for something. Now, the worms that Boyd put in there actually killed them, killed the live version, but doesn't mean that worms weren't in there before and everything else. And I'm gonna let you go, but definitely call back. I'm gonna keep the phone lines open, brother. I appreciate the call.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace, peace.
Peace. So we have to go on that, and I think that a lot of things he's saying is real. You know what I mean, and accurate. I do believe it's some interdimensional situation, but when we look at what we know about these monsters and these creatures, we have to ask ourselves the questions of what they have shown us and why it works. So why are these creatures clothes clean and dirty inside? Why is that the reason? Why do these creatures know everybody's name in the town? Let me tell you something. I've been in my job for 5 years, same job at this particular time that I'm at right now. I don't know motherfuckers' names. I barely know anybody's name. Barely know these motherfuckers' names. But these creatures said they know everybody's name, know everything about. So how is that possible? I don't know everybody's name in the chat. Y'all be every week. No respect. Well, I see different faces and everything else. I can't. It's impossible. You to know this stuff, right? I can't. So it has to be some type of programming going on here. There has to be some type of way that if every one of these creatures know everybody's name, then we know that there's definitely some type of program going on. Now, how, and call right back, whoever called, I'll answer in a second after I'm done what I'm talking about. But when we talk about it, they know everyone's name and everything about these people. It's a program that's inside of them, a program. There's no other way for them to know it. How does every creature know everybody's shit? There's no stupid creatures. All these motherfuckers is spelling bee masters. They all got these fucking hyper fucking memories, as photographic memories. Every one of them, all the same. The only way it makes sense is if it's some program type situation, hive mind situation going on with these creatures. That's the only way. There's no other way that you can justify that unless it's some situation going on with that. And I'm telling you that this whole thing has to do with technology. It's not mystical powers. It's not magic. It's technology, alien technology that's running this whole situation. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. That's not what's going on. That solves everything that we see. Again, it's called, when you look up from, it says it's a sci-fi horror series. Sci-fi horror. Not motherfucking fantasy, Sci-fi. We haven't seen no sci-fi yet. We've seen talismans and everything else. These talismans. Oh, when they're there, you can't come inside of the talisman. We don't know what's inside that talisman. We don't know what's inside the rock. These special trees. These trees, they got holes in them. How they know a motherfucker ain't 350? 400 pounds. How he getting his big ass in that hole? How he doing it? Can't do it. It's not a tree, that's why. It looks like a tree, but that shit ain't no goddamn tree. In the end, when it all comes down to it, I'm telling you, this is what they're dealing with. You're dealing with alien technology. Somehow, these bodies on these creatures that used to be human was infected with something and turned them into. There's a video game called XCOM. All right, and a strategy game I played. And you look at XCOM 2, you can see it. These troops that you fight against called Advent. And these creatures that in there, they are like infused with alien DNA. And you can see how they look. They look something like these from creatures. And I think that could be what has happened. These human beings, for whatever reason, was infused with some of this alien DNA. And that's where we get these monsters. Monsters, how they're being controlled. There's no way these monsters know. They know how to put a rod through somebody's head in the exact position to keep them alive. There's no way. We've seen these monsters rip through the walls. They weren't fucking surgical with their precision. When you see these bodies being ripped apart, there's not surgery going on here. There's pieces all over the place. The only thing we know is the organs are gone. Now, I've seen someone talk about the bile. And yes, the bile is a substance that is used to digest food. It's its only purpose that we know. That's it. But yet we have not seen them digest food. You think they shit? There's shit piles in that fucking goddamn cave. I didn't see no shit in there. You don't just see random piles of shit walking around from. All the people they ate. That one chick, if they ate that chick in the nursing home, she a big girl. That's a big ass girl. You eating her, you gonna shit. That's just the facts. We ain't seen no shit. There's no toilet paper down there. No baby wipes. What is shit? They ain't eating nobody, man. They ain't shitting, man. They ain't shitting. I ain't seeing Smiley with his pants pulled down. Like, give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. Constipated. I ain't see that on Smiley. Motherfuckers looking for preparation H. We ain't see that shit. And my ass burning. I need the preparation H. Give me some of them tucks. I gotta wipe my ass with some tucks. God damn it. You don't see that. They ain't shitting. They ain't eating nobody. They ain't eating nothing. Only thing we know that they're doing is they're pulling out organs. Why would they be doing it? If someone was running tests and seeing how things are affecting people, poisoning people, putting shit in the food. You put stuff, hallucinogenics in fucking shit, and the motherfuckers will see what you want them to see. Let's take this call. Call it back. 916.
Call from the voice at 916. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
What is going on? I see 916. I didn't realize it was you until I heard it.
It's me.
It is. How are you?
Yes. I'm great. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am great. Glad to hear from
Trying to stay cool with this crazy heat.
you. I hear you. I hear you. What do
Mm.
you have on your mind?
Well, I am wondering, are these nightmare creatures, are they turning into human? Is this something that is trying to create humans? Or are they aliens trying to um, trying to create a new species hybrid? And also, I noticed the monsters or the nightmare creatures, they're at different evolutionary levels as well. Smiley seems the most developed of the group. So I was wondering how all that fit in with your theory.
He does. And one thing I'll say about Smiley Monster, and when he had him on the show, I tried to get him to address it, but he refused to address it, so it must mean something. Is that every time we seen his creature, he'd see him slide his hand down the banister when he first did the attack. And then the next season, when he went inside the bus, he was feeling the steering wheel. He was rubbing his hands on it like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he specifically said, the actor, when he came on, he said, "What I do is I take direction and I do what they ask me to do." Meaning that he's not
Ah.
ad-libbing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he has done, they specifically told him to do, and he just did it. And that's what's going on there. So why would they do that? Why would they want him to touch that steering wheel like that, run his hand over the banister and feel it the way he did? It has to mean something, or they would never have told him to do that.
Definitely. And it's like his senses are developing much further than, say, the mechanic or the cowboy. His expressions are more expressive, the touch, and even the when Boyd grabbed his neck, how he suddenly realized this could be the end of me. The intelligence level seemed to have moved on as well.
Yep, it's something else. And specifically, I think they killed him off because he was the only recognizable one. So that's why they wanted to
Mm,
kill him and stuff. But again, we see that the bullets didn't affect him, but we did see that the knife cut a hole in him. I don't know if the bullets
yes,
actually penetrated the skin or was able to penetrate the skin because when he took his shirt off, he didn't have like bullet holes in him or anything else in there like that, right? But the
right.
knife was able to cut open his body, cut the skin off, and everything else. So
Hmm.
something to do with that, how it was able to. And if these bloodworms got into the blood system of Boyd, and that's why they were there, they weren't in his blood system. Maybe that's the reason why they actually killed him because there was no blood to be transferred into, and just inside of his body
Hmm.
made him have that reaction.
There was no blood or any other types of fluid. The internal organs almost look like sponges.
Yes.
The mummified. So is there an attempt to make them human and they have to go through an evolutionary thing, or are they transforming from human?
Yeah, or they just combining the DNA from humans to these aliens, trying to come up. If it's the government, you would say maybe making some type of super soldier. But if it's aliens,
Yeah.
why would they do it? Could their alien race be becoming extinct and they need, like, they have a disease in their body and they're trying to figure out
Hmm.
some type of cure of themselves? So they're running different
Hmm.
DNAs through it to see exactly what's going on.
Sounds a little bit like War of the Worlds, kind of. A
Mm.
dying species trying to go back in time to cure what was killing them.
Yeah, it could be something like that, 100%.
Yeah. Well, it's such an interesting topic, and you make it even more interesting by all your theories. I'm really resistant to the alien theory, but every time you have such good points, I'm kind of leaning.
But you,
I'm leaning more toward
you
that
keep
alien
keep
theory.
leaning, keep leaning. Soon you're gonna be on full tilt. You'll be on full tilt before it's all said and done.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tony, and it was good talking
It
to
was
you.
great
And
talking to
hello,
you.
chat. All right, you take care.
You take care too.
Stay sexy.
You too.
Bye bye.
That was the voice of 916 calling in. Well, great to hear from her and everything else like that, you know. And when dealing with this topic, there's so much more that we could talk about and everything else. And I have something in the video. Now you're talking aliens and stuff. I have something in a video, my new video, that I'm going to reveal. But I'm thinking maybe I should reveal it here with y'all first. Or maybe I should just wait. What should I do? I'm going to let y'all decide for me. Should I reveal this now? Or should I wait and just show you in the video? Huh? What should we do here? Did I have a hair on my tongue? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't take that the wrong way. All right, let me see if I can do this real fast for you, real quick. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna try my best. Pull this up for you. I really need to crop it more. I gotta put that in. Put in this folder here. All right, I'm putting it in there. Let me see if I can pull this up real fast. Sorry, it's gonna take a second. But y'all told me to do it, so this is why it's gonna take a second. I didn't have it planned. All right, let's see. 1 second. No, it'll be this one though. All right, let's go full screen with it. Let me make sure you can see what I'm seeing. You see the picture here. This is Donna. Let me go through and find the actual slide that I'm looking for. All right, here. 1 second. And I'll do a better version of this later when I have a chat. All right, so here we see a picture here. And make sure y'all can see it. Oh, where is it? All right, let me come back to you. All right, we see the picture here of Donna and her sister, right? And I know a lot of you people want to just look at the picture, and if you look at this picture, you say that, oh, it's ripped, the corner's got a rip in it, yada yada yada, and that's what we should be focusing on and everything else, right? And all this. And I know y'all, I tell y'all all the time, this is all about aliens. Y'all don't believe me because you just want to hate on me. All right. But when we see this picture, you see anything in this picture? Y'all looking at it right now. Do you see anything in this picture that alerts you to anything? I mean, if you see it, you let me know. And most people, you're saying, "Up, the picture is just ripped." All right. It's not just ripped, but it's been scratched. Yes, it looks like it has been scratched. You're correct. And I swear, if any other when YouTube would try, if I catch you, and I know you're in the chat watching, some of y'all my people, but if you try to come out and try to take this, I'm gonna have to say something about it. We know that's what you got. All right. So it seems like none of y'all in the chat have gotten it. Everyone has just said that it looks like a rip. All right, that's fine. We see hands. All right, let's go. I'm going to show you a close-up version of the same picture. All right, let's go to it. Right here. I want you to look at this right here. This image. Man, it's the same picture. You can see that same thing right here, right? It's right here. What is this right here? So I'm going to blow it up for you right now so you can see it. I'm going to pull it down. Look at this. Right here. What is this? Right there. What do you see there? What do you see there? Look at that picture. What is it? Right there. What is that? It's a car door. I'm saying it's a predator. It's a car door. I'm saying it's a knee. It's not a knee. You can see it's a white thing. It's not a knee. She has pants on. Look at it. How you can look at that and you can't see that that's a face right there. I don't know what you're looking at. You can clearly see it. The face. It's not glare from the sun. It's pretty easy to see that that's a head with eyes and a mouth right there. And if you can't see it, that's a head with eyes and a mouth. I don't know what you're looking at. Because I can pull it up right here and show you. This is a head. Here's an eye. Here's the other eye. And here's the other mouth. Here's the mouth right here. On top of her kneecap that has pants on it, you can clearly see the oval shaped head. The jawline comes right here. Here's the eye socket. It pops out right there. Here's the eye. Here's the eye where the nose would be. And here is the mouth right here. It's as clear as that. If you don't want to see it, is the only way you do not see it. How you don't see that? I don't know what you're saying. Now, listen, I understand you can say I'm reaching. You can say what you want. Facts is facts. You can look and see it. If you can't see that that is a head, then I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't know how you can't see that is a head. That is a face. How can't you see that's a face? You don't want to see it. It is. It's what it is. What is it? If it's not, what is it? What is it? Y'all know what it is. Y'all just we can zoom in, zoom out. It's obvious. I can see it. If y'all can't see it, damn alien. It's an alien. I'm telling you. That's what. Let me take this call. What's going on, KP? All right, wait 1 second. What I have to do is I have to put you on so they can hear you real quick. So I gotta stop sharing that. 1 second. I'll let you know. I can hear you, but they can't hear you. I want to make sure they can hear you. All right, let me get this thing right. All right, now they can hear you. So now go right.
You can hear me now?
They can hear you now. Yes. Sir.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Listen, Tony, I love a tinfoil terror just as much as the other guy. but that's that's a face. That's somebody's knee or a card or
It
some kind of
is a
nonsense like that.
knee, but on
But
top of that knee,
but I didn't call you to talk about
on
that because
top of the knee,
that's a big bonus thing.
that is no doubt that is a face of an alien that is right there. There's no way
You know
there's
what,
no way it
Tony?
can be.
There's
And you
a
know what?
there
And
is
you know what?
there's a
You know
non-zero
what the thing is,
possibility that
Smiggy?
that could be a
This is the
face.
thing.
Okay.
This is the thing. I can show you, and I will in my video, 10 other times that same
Mm-hmm.
face pops up in different
Or
spots.
or 10 other times when your glasses don't really work that well, and you see a little smudge on the screen, and it looks like something. It looks
Oh,
like a
yeah,
face.
this
Yeah, I
is
mean,
not a
they
raw
say
shot.
there's a face.
This is
They say there's a face on Mars, right? They say there's a face on
what I'm
Mars. I'm
telling
pretty
you
sure when
is
you go to Mars,
when
though.
I tell you that I have other places that show the same face,
I'm sure you do.
then it's
Because
the beauty.
because you're
Know
wearing
the
the same
beauty, right?
glasses. You're wearing the same glasses with the same smudge on it. So you're gonna see the face all over the place. but,
Now,
but I didn't
you
go and
think
talk
of
about
what?
that because
I'll
I
put
think
the
that's a
video
total
up and I'll show
non-issue.
you all and everything else, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I think that's a non-issue. I think I think sinful is good, but come on, let's be real. But what I really wanted to say is,
Go
Tony,
ahead, sir.
these monsters do not eat, as far as we know. You don't see them any day, right? Only at night.
That's right.
They can't come into your house if you're a talisman
That's
unless you
correct.
invite them in. Um, and they have big teeth like fangs, like fangs. It's so one would imagine they use that for something. I would prefer guess that these are fucking vampires. That these are vampires.
How are they
That
vampires?
these are vampires that they
How are they vampires
I
when they
don't know.
didn't burn in the sun?
I don't know. They're well. They've never been in the sunlight. Where have you seen them in the sunlight?
When the body was outside in the sunlight, it
No,
didn't burn up.
no, that was a body. That was a body. He's already dead. He's already dead. His life force is gone. So what's the point of him burning up? Is he's already
Well,
dead,
so
right?
you're saying
So
that
I'm not saying,
when
but there are different types of
I'm asking a
vampires,
question,
right? So
I'm just asking. So when vampires are alive is when they burn, you're saying. And so it's not the skin burning, it doesn't matter about the skin or anything else burns. It's the actual life force in it that's making it burn. Is that what you're saying?
correct. That's what in this situation. Yes, I think that's
Okay.
so. I think whatever
Have they drank
entity it is
anybody's
that
blood
runs
yet
from
that we've
those,
seen?
we haven't seen them. I mean, the closest thing we've seen them do to eating is biting
But
a
I'm
tongue
saying
or sucking
number
blood out
one
and then
trait
spitting
of
it out.
being a
But
vampire, number one trait of being a vampire is you have to drink blood to sustain yourself. That's what being a vampire is, right? So we have.
not
I'm
yes,
just
you have
saying.
to.
I'm
Yes,
just saying that that's
yes,
if you're
yes,
gonna do a
yes.
vampire, like if you have a werewolf, that motherfucker got to change in the moonlight. And you can't have a
So
werewolf all of
correct.
a sudden jump in the pool and all of a sudden he changes because he get wet. He's not a mogwai. He's not a gremlin, right? It has to be the moonlight. So when I'm saying you're dealing with vampires, the motherfucker got to drink blood. Now I haven't seen him
I,
drink blood
and
yet.
we don't have any proof that they don't drink blood. We don't necessarily have proof that they do drink blood. But I don't think that's the purpose of them. I think they were reanimated as proto vampires to basically create fear in this town, just as everything else is. And then it's either they're proto vampires or the one other thing I would say that they could possibly be is I'm sure you watched Stargate SG-1, right? Everybody's watched
Yeah,
Stargate
real
SG-1.
quick
But
before you get to that point, I got to
right,
deal with Woodrow Nichols here real quick. So Woodrow
deal with it.
Nichols is saying here, why would Donna's sister rest her arm on it? Listen, Woodrow, all right? God damn it, listen to me right now.
I'm with them.
All right, when you see people take pictures you see ghosts inside the pictures, right? They don't see that right there. It just comes up on the image. You know what I'm saying? You see a ghost in the
Oh,
background. It pits. It's not resting the head on a guy. You know, hey, alien putting a forehead in it. It just came up because of the image, is what I'm saying. As a ghost would come up in the image of a picture.
Oh, that makes more sense, Tony, because I really thought you meant that there was a vampire. I really thought you meant that there was an alien that stuck its head out,
No, his
and
motherfucker
like,
ain't posing with
and
them,
Donna was
man.
catching it and putting her arm on
He's
it.
not
And so I was like,
posing
that
with
don't
him
make
in the
no sense.
picture.
So you're saying like she doesn't know the vampire. She doesn't know that alien or whatever is there.
No one
But
knows that's there.
when the
It's
picture came out, like you could see it. Okay.
yes, yeah. It's a clue for y'all to know that what's really going on here. And I'm saying I'm going to show you other pictures that we're showing from, and I'm going to show you the same alien in the same pictures too. And then when you see it over and over again,
There's
you have
a
no choice to jump
possibility.
on. All right, so go right ahead. Keep going, bro.
So the last one was, so you see, start SG1, right, with Teal'c, right? Teal'c's race is a race of little slug-like parasites
Yep.
that humans allow to come into them and meld with the parasite melds with their humanity and gives them like super strength and makes them hella smart, and they turn them basically into mini gods in a way. I think it's a possibility that all these monsters are infected by some little parasite, and the parasite is probably the thing that reanimated them. And when Smiley died, all those cicadas that flew out from him
Yep.
they came from that parasite inside of him. That parasite inside of him was, let's say, it was in a state. It was cocooned. It was in a state of. It was in a state of balance. And then when he died, it was in a state of imbalance. And now the cocoon burst, and all these little cicadas came out and freed themselves, and now they're all looking for new bodies. Or new bodies or new things to attach themselves onto. So that's the other thing that these monsters could be. They could be reanimated humans that are reanimated by this parasite, and this parasite controls them. And there is a master parasite or a master or just the boss of the parasites, the boss or whatever that controls them. So like when we saw them stop, when Donna and all the rest of them were in the bus, the entity that controls all their parasites stopped them. And that, to me, that's where it is. But it's obvious that there is a hive mind situation going on to some extent. And does each one of these monsters have a personality of their own? I don't think so. Even when they were talking, like when the girl that that killed Pawn Sash guy, even when she was talking to him in this seductive way or whatever, I don't think that was her talking. I think that was the entity that controls them projecting itself through her. And so it wasn't necessarily that person talking. So that I don't think they have personhood. I don't think they have individual identities. They're all part of this collective, controlled by parasites inside of them. And each one can be programmed in a different way, or they can be programmed to do the same exact thing based on what the entity is controlling from those things.
Well, so all right, so let's go through. So when we see the common characteristic of all these monsters is they all smiling and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them is smiling. Every one of them is happy.
They're being kind and polite.
Every one of them, right? There's not one monster who's got a fucking attitude like, motherfucker, this rock is up my ass all night. I'm gonna kill you, right? There's nothing like that.
Nobody's coming out.
Every one of these motherfuckers is all smiling, cheesing, and walking. They all doing the exact same thing. It's not a coincidence. That's not just put that way. This because so they all have, it seems like, the same exact personality. Different voices, though, right?
Different voices, different ways of projecting that personality. But yes, I do believe I definitely believe whatever they are being controlled by a hive mind. Or by a hive mind.
Christina T, she says that since the seasons are changing and now new monsters. Now, again, now you talked a little bit about and I'm going to end this stream soon because I'm going to come back on Wednesday with LMR. Maybe we'll continue talking about this topic.
Sweet.
And I'll be back with LMR. But I will say that when we deal with that, not everybody was able to see these insects, right? When they were out there, no one seen, they heard them, but no one's seen these insects. They came out of that body, but they went in that back room, they disappeared. They weren't there.
Well, when they came out of the body and what's his name? Harold saw them.
Harold seen
right?
him, but he was infected though.
But didn't
And only people who seen him.
Kenny saw them?
Oh, only people who seen him had something to do with the music box.
Yeah, because Harold and Kenny saw them, but Harold and Kenny muted out. Both of them were touched or were infected or whatever by the cicadas before that. So it could be that could be true, but I think the point still stands that the cicadas came out of them. Well, some people can see cicadas, some people can't. But that's the point. Those cicadas are going out there looking for a body to attach themselves onto to control. Because that's what they would program to, like I think. And if I were to add one little piece of this to me, I've thought long and hard about the point of this show, right?
Yep.
And this box shows in general.
Yep.
And it seems to me that most mystery box shows have have some sort of a purpose behind the evil. Whatever the bad guy side is, there's a purpose behind the evil. So also whatever it is, I think the key to figuring out what's happening here is figuring out what is it that this entity or these things want. And as far as I'm able to see, what they want is the capacity to be able to control human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Fear being one of the things that they use to control them, but parasites could be another way. So I think whatever this thing is, the purpose of it is to figure out how to control human beings. I'm gonna leave you on that one and start as I hang up.
All right.
Everybody have a great night and see you on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
it. Now look, if you ever see the show Peacemaker and you watch that show, they were alien motherfucking like butterflies that would go inside of a human being's body and take control of the human being, like use it as like a meat puppet, right? Could it be a situation like that going on with some of these alien situations and everything else? There's a lot of things going on here. And KP, he did fight hard for his vampire theory, but that theory holds no weight. The bottom line, if you're a vampire, you got to drink blood. That's it. If you don't drink blood, you're not a vampire then. They have not shown them drinking blood whatsoever in this, not once. They would have had to show it by now. There's no way they can. You can't just all of a sudden show something all of a sudden and season 3 they start drinking blood. It's not going on. No, that's not what it is. So what we've come up with, it's definitely some type of, if you want to say that this is a drawing, like I would like to say, like Victor, the boy in white, one and the same person, is projecting this whole situation and making this whole situation, making these creatures. Again, the first time when we seen Victor come out of when he was a child, he came out of the bunker. The people that were killed on the street were killed the exact same way that the monsters kill these people now. And at that time, there was no monsters. We went through this whole thing already, right? Went through it. No way Victor could have survived if there was monsters out at that time. It's impossible. He would have been caught. They had no talismans. They only found the talismans when Boy got there. He had no hiding spots. He had no nothing. Who would have fed his little ass all them years? It's impossible for him to have survived that whole time. These monsters have drawings. I don't know about you, but it looked like the same drawings that Victor drew. Looked like it came from the same artist on the walls in the complete darkness. Somehow they were able to do these drawings down there. Right? I've given you so much proof already about these things. Let me see if I have it here about these things dealing with aliens, and I've done it, and I've given you so much, and I could wait for the video and give you so much more of the proof of that. It's impossible for it not to be. It would be bad drawing, bad writing if it turned out not to be. That's why it's no doubt that it is. I don't know what I did with this. Pictures. Which one did I put it in? I think I did it in the Victor's photo one. I think it's in here. I think it's in here. Let me see if I can start showing you stuff real quick. Screen, present again, share screen, window, this one. Let's go through it real quick. Again, I have the image here. Is it the same? We don't know. We don't see it. It don't look the same to me. We have all the images from here. It's not what I want to show you at this particular time. Wait, is it? Bracelet shots. Do I not have it in this folder? I have so many pictures in so many different folders. Hard find the one that pause on that one. All right, and I didn't say it like that. Y'all got some crazy minds. I don't think it's in this folder. Has to be though. It has to be. 1 second. 1 second. Let's stop sharing this one real quick. Remove that and share screen window. This one. Look, man, I've told y'all this before, and I tell you it again. We see here, it's clear what's going on. And it's not like I come up with these things and I tell you these things and I say it because I want to convince you, like, hey, I'm Don Tony Teflon. I see everything and all that. I do see everything, but it's pretty obvious. I mean, we can look here from the credits of the cast of everything right here. I know people want to say certain things that, oh, they took this down. Obviously, the Don screenshot it before they took it down. They took it down. It's pretty obvious. It says right here, Scott McCord is playing Victor. Vox Smith, who plays the boy in white, is playing Victor. Everyone else, Dave, Jade, Cynthia, Trudy, Ricky, Kenny, Pega, Fatima, Simon, Ethan, Sean, Father Kotri. Everyone's name is right. Right? Everyone's name is right. But you hold right here and it tells you Scott McCord playing Victor. Vox Smith, who plays the boy in white, his name is Victor, of the character that he's playing. And this is what it is. And whether you want to fight it or not, that's on you. The facts is the facts. And that's just the bottom line. They're one and the same, man. And when I give you the whole thing about Harold and his purple crayon, it seems like that's what's going on here. And that's just what it seems. You know what I mean? I mean, they wouldn't have pulled that down and changed that if it didn't mean something. They would have just left it the same way. But they fucked up. And it happens sometimes. And those are the facts. Those are the facts, my people. Those are the facts. You know, I'm here. I'm not here to tell you anything but what it is and everything else. Let's get this thing queued up. Before we go, I'll be back Wednesday. I'll bring in Elamar with me on Wednesday. And we'll, you know what? I was going to do a different topic, but since it's so interesting, we'll continue talking about that. You know what I mean? We'll continue talking about this situation here on Wednesday and everything else. Before we go, as always, we gotta go out with a bang. With our girl, the one, the only, Carlaway, taking us out here.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will